Shalom. Call Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Chakodash, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Shalom and double honors unto the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders in the Akim and the Akwath of the hopeful elect. Shalom. Just want to go into a quick video entitled Israeli Strikes on Gaza School. So the title right here of this article, it says Israeli strikes hit Gaza schools, hospital, compound after talks fail. And what talks is that? That's peace talks that they're trying to, they supposed to be having over in Cairo, Egypt, which is the capital of, of Egypt over there. Because it's like a neutral ground, for peace talks that they're trying to have. But they just killed the, but Israelis just killed the head peace talks mediator for I believe Hamas or Iran. But let's see. I don't want to play those images. It might get YouTube is real sensitive about things like that. But yeah, it's all of the Most High. So we'll read some of this here. So read a few of these bullet points. We'll read these bullet points. It says Israeli military says struck military targets. I guess it meant to say it struck military targets. Talks in Cairo on Saturday failed to deliver progress. At least 44 Palestinians killed on Sunday, Gaza officials say. So this article here is it was made a few hours ago. It's 12:30 a.m. right now, August 5th my time. But this was a few hours ago, about 6 hours ago. It says August 4th at 5:37 p.m. on Sunday, August 4th. So this is still going on. So they having peace talks, but yet, Israelis are still, they're not caring about the peace. They, they're the ones consistently continuing on with these strikes and killing leaders of the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs. So the Palestinians that they go by today, right? Let's see. So it says talks in Cairo on Saturday failed to deliver progress. And why is that? That's the Most High will. So when you get Romans chapter 13 and verse 1, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So the Most High decides when it's going to be peace and when it's going to be war. And people trying to have peace talks, man, as the worldly phrase go, man plans and God laughs, But the Most High, he's the one that put the spirits on men to do certain and steers the course of history, and steers the course of events to lead to the future that the Most High has planned. So men can try to do whatever they can and have these peace talks to try to stop these fires, but this war that's brewing and escalating is of the Most High. 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase in the name of Yahweh Shai. So men can do whatever they can plant, they can water, they can they can have these peace talks, and they can even try to make war. If it's not that time, if it's not the will of the Most High, then it won't happen. It will not have any fruit, aka the increase, right? So, and also, the fruit of the word, the fruit of men coming to the truth. That's the spiritual fruit coming in, on that level there. What this is going into, but that's also, events and man trying to push their will and what they want to do, but it's of the Most High. It won't have any progress unless the Most High ordains it. Romans 9 and 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that showeth mercy. So, just another verse showing yet again that everything's of the Most High. And we're not in the time of de-escalation, but the Most High is in the saying that this is the time of escalation, because the Most High is tired of this evil, wicked rulership in the earth, and it's time for it to come down, for righteousness to perpetuate and perpetually rule over the earth under Yahweh Shai, our King. Ecclesiastes 3:8. A time to love and a time to hate. So people talking about you preaching hate, you speaking hate. Well, we have hate. We have the emotion and feeling and understanding of hate for a reason to use it spiritually, as King David said in Psalms 139 and 22. Let's get that real quick. Psalms 139 and 22. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. So, what's perfect? The law. So, righteous hatred, because you hate the evil and love the good. But Christianity, they say you speaking hate, you preaching hate, or you can't hate. Well, the Most High gave us every emotion to use spiritually and not carnally. And these people don't understand that. But they speak proudly against it. But they don't know anything. They don't know anything, and they're proud. That's 2 times the offense. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. So we're not in the time of peace right now. We're in the time of war, because the sound of war is in the land. And it's not just a sound now, it's what is actually happening. World War III, the third woe, spoken of, I believe, in Revelation 11. The third woe, meaning the third war. It cometh quickly, and it's here, and it's already it's on the way. It's been going on now for a while. It's in progress. That's why they're trying to have peace talks, because why? We're in a time of war. So let's go ahead and get some more of this article real quick. It says an Israeli airstrike hit 2 schools in Gaza City on Sunday, killing at least 30 people, Palestinian officials said, while the Israeli military said it struck a Hamas military compound embedded in the schools. So it looks like Gaza, they have the Hamas, their military compound is within a school of civilians. That's what it sounded like, and that's pretty hard there. But let's keep on. That's how they have it set up. It says an Israeli airstrike hit a tent camp inside a hospital in central Gaza earlier in the day. Gaza health officials said a total of at least 44 Palestinians were killed on Sunday, the day after a round of talks in Cairo ended without result, because it's not going to have a good result. Peace talks are going to fail because, we just read the precepts. So the Most High, it's a time of war right now. Let's see. Let's see. Salakia. Just want to pull this precept here. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. In the name Yahweh Shai, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So that's why these talks are going to end in a failure, because it's the Most High that's steering these hearts, especially this little hat prime minister. That little leader of the little hats, the small hats. They that little guy, he has a strong demon on him. To continue on with these strikes, hitting these Ishmaelites. So it says footage circulated on Palestinian media showed bodies scattered inside the yard of one of 2 blast-wrecked schools as residents rushed to carry casualties, including children, and loaded them into ambulance vehicles that took them to at least 2 nearby hospitals. So, that's why it's like I just said, that guy, the leader for the little hats, he has a strong demon on him. The Most High is steering him to fulfill biblical prophecy. We'll get that precept in a minute as well. But he's wanting to, despite all of the everyone condemning his actions, and he's being brought up on charges, and I think in the UN, the United Nations court. And I think they just got found guilty of war crimes against humanity. The Israeli president. I gotta get that article again, but I think it's either the president or the whole country, being condemned in the United Nations court, and said that they were guilty of war crimes, against humanity. So of what the actions that they've been doing. But this guy, he just doesn't care. He's going to continuously strike, and he don't care about peace talks or none of that. So and he's stirring the whole pot over there, and steadily asking for more and more money, like that little devil, that little demon, Zelensky of Ukraine. Let's see. It says Gaza Civil Emergency Service said dozens were wounded in addition to the fatalities in the schools of Hassan Salamah and Al Nasir, which housed Palestinian displaced families. It says the Israeli military said it struck militants inside a Hamas command embedded within the schools, and that it took steps to reduce the risk to civilians there. Yeah, sure they did. They always man. Let's get that right quick. These devils, they all what they say and what they do is two totally different things. Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. He said that they do their best to minimize the casualties, the civilians. And he's speaking smooth words. No one speaks smoother words than the so-called white man, so-called white race. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. But see, war, he don't care who he destroying. He knows civilians. He knows it's going to be casualties. You don't say that I'm going to try to minimize the damage of innocent people. That's a demon, and that's a liar and the deceiver the Bible speaks of, the devil the Bible speaks of. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So that's them as straight up lying. That's the Edomites. That's all they do, is they say one thing, but their actions saying a completely different thing. And the reports won't come out, that these people that's being murdered, in droves, they're going to minimize the numbers and statistics. But it's hell on earth over there right now. So we'll see. Right, he says Israel says, fake Israel says the Islamist militant group Hamas regularly embeds in civilian institutions, using Gaza's population as human shields. Hamas denies this. So the little hats, they're saying that that Hamas, they like basically in a cowardly way, they hide themselves and embed themselves amongst the civilians, the innocent people, innocent citizens, and as a way to kind of as a line of defense, and to basically just sacrifice their own people. Basically, sounds pretty crazy, but Hamas, they deny it. But why would the little hats, they're wicked, but at the same time they wouldn't be hitting those schools if that's not part of the, if that's not true. They don't care about the civilians as well, the little hats, but they're probably just trying to hit. That's probably a tactic that the Hamas got, that they're nestled, amongst their population, which is pretty crucial to not pretty cruel to the civilian safety over there. So it says. Okay, it says we'll skip that paragraph there. It says the Israeli military said it struck a militant operating there. Well, we'll go up. Earlier in the day, an Israeli strike inside the Al-Aqsa hospital compound started a fire and wounded at least 18 people, as well as killing 5, medical authorities said. The Israeli military said it struck a militant operating there and that secondary explosions were identified, indicating weapons were present in the area. Okay. The hospital compound is in Deir al-Balah, an area crowded with thousands of people displaced by fighting in other parts of the enclave. So yeah, it's just pure madness, going on. It's just continued escalation, and right now, everyone is bracing over there in the Middle East because Iran said that they're going to respond and retaliate in a very destructive way, and they're waiting on that. Everyone's bracing for the retaliation of Iran, who backs Hamas, Hezbollah, and all of those smaller, Ishmaelite, so-called Arab, nations or whatever that they call themselves over there, they states over there. So we'll grab a few precepts. Jeremiah 49 and verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, that he hath purposed against Edom, that's a so-called white race, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman, like those so-called wise men of their people. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And see, Teman, and like a lot of these little hats or Germans, and Teman is or the Germans today. The German engineering, that's the smartest ones of their people. And a lot of them converts or Khazar converts, they're like German Jews, German little hats. So surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. So what that means, they're the smallest of the tribes. They're the tribe, go back to the tribe of Amalek ultimately, because that's their top so-called, that's their king's tribe and bloodline, like the Davidic bloodline. The king's bloodline is the Davidic bloodline in Israel, and so the Amalekites, that they're the so-called the ruling class, the ruling tribe, the top tribe of the Edomites. So they're the least of the flock of the Edomites. And they're going to draw who out? The other nations. Like they're drawing out Hamas, Hezbollah. Well, actually, Hezbollah came out to help out Hamas from being bullied by Israel, by the Israelis. And then now Iran is about to respond, to they're being drawn out now by the little hats. It says, surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So the Most High is going to make their habitations desolate. And that's going to be strictly that's going to be the outcome of the little hats drawing out everybody to this World War III. The least of the flock is drawing everyone out. So we'll get Isaiah 34 and verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. So this is the Most High's vengeance coming down, because the Most High, we read in Proverbs 26 and 1, that this is the Most High's doing, or 21 and 1. This is the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And what's the controversy of Zion? Joel 3 and verse 5. It's prophetically speaking about us and the little hats. Well, us and the Edomites. Joel 3 and 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah, and the children of Jerusalem, that's going into the northern and southern kingdom. The southern kingdom, Judah, Jerusalem, represents in particular context, and is Israel in this case. Have you sold into the Grecians? And the Grecians are the who? So that's another word, another way to say Greeks, the so-called white man. That you might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. So, that's what's going on. It's the controversy of Zion, all the nations conspiring and everything to round us, they rounded us up and put us in captivity. That's that Deuteronomy 28:68, going to slavery again with ships. The transatlantic slave trade, and then also, the Northern Kingdom got put on boats as well from when Columbus touched down, shortly after he touched down, and a good amount of them went on boats as well to Europe. So we all went on slave ships. That was the prophecy fulfilled, and that's that controversy of Zion, and that's the whole 12 tribes, not the controversy of the Jews, like they want to just claim say that's claim one tribe as the nation and then sprinkle with some Levites, madness. The controversy of Zion, not one tribe. So, and there was an interesting name here I saw. I'll scroll down. Let's see, where is that? Right here. This paragraph up here right above this picture. It says, in Israel, sirens went off in the area of Ashdod, and the Israeli military said 5 rockets were launched from southern Gaza. No injuries were reported. Hamas said the rocket firing was in response to Israeli massacres against the civilians. See, they put that in quotation, but that's that's what's happening. A lot of civilians are dying. That's a fact. But so see right there, it says at the top line, the top sentence, it says sirens went off in the area of Ashdod, and that's a school in that's a city in Israel now, by the Little Hats. Give me 1 second. Okay, Salaki. So right here, Ashdod, city of southern Palestine on the coastal plain of ancient Philistia. Since 1948, it has been a city in southwestern Israel. See, they took that state, so that now the Israelis inhabit that, and is one of its 3 international ports and chief industrial centers. In antiquity, Ashdod was a member of the Philistine Pentapolis, 5 cities. But now, the Little Hats, they commandeered that and took it. And so Ashdod, so right there, so the Little Hats, they inhabit Ashdod today, and that's a prophecy fulfilled right there. Let's see, Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and that's who's inhabiting Ashdod right now since 1948. Not the 1948ers, the Little Hats, the bastards. They're dwelling there. And what's a bastard? Bastard, child of incest, illegitimate child. So it's illegitimate children over there in the land right now. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. And so, Most High, he's destroyed the Philistines, the modern day Philistines. So Palestine is a bastard way of saying Philistine, another version of Philistine. So there's a modern way to say Philistine is Palestine. So 2 heathen nations are inhabiting the landmass of Israel and Palestine. We know Palestine is that's Israel, aka Samaria, the northern kingdom landmass that we took. The Most High gave us the promised land, right? That's part of the promised land, the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. So 2 heathen nations are in our land, in Ashdod, all throughout Israel and Jerusalem, where they've taken, and since 1948, and the Arabs over there in the in Palestine. So there's bastards over there, not the true people. Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea. See, the little hats, they're actually the minority. The residue is like a small amount, right? Because contrary to popular belief, they're not the majority, they're the minority. They're the smallest among all the heathen, amongst the entire earth. I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. Idumea is a way to say Edom, a Greek version of Edom in English. See, Idumea is Edom, equals red. The Edomites, descendants of Esau. So Edom and Idumea is the same thing. So, and against all Edom, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart. 1948, and since 1948 to now, they've taken the Most High's land of Israel, the chosen land, and they've taken it to their possession with all the joy of their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. And that's what's happening. And that's why, that's the controversy of Zion. That's a part of the controversy of Zion. In verse 9, it says, for behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you. Oh, wait a minute, that's not right. Let's see. Verse 6, prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains. That's the mountains represents nations as well, and that's the context here. And to the hills, and that's a mountain is greater than a hill. So a hill is a lesser nation, smaller the greatest nations, and then the smaller heathen nations as well. To the rivers and to the valleys. It says thus the lowest places, from the greatest heathen nations to the lowest. Thus saith the Most High Power Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power Yahweh, I have lifted up mine hand, surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. But ye, O mountains of Israel, that's the 12 tribes of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches, and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown. So that's that time to plant, time to pluck up these heathen nations, and out of our land and their rulership, right? And then plant us back into our homeland. Numbers 24:6. As the valleys are they spread forth, as gardens by the riverside, as the trees of line or loaves, which the Lord Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai hath planted, and as cedar trees beside the waters. He shall pour the water out of his buckets, and his seed shall be in many waters, and his king shall be higher than Agag, and that's the Amalekites, the little hats, and his kingdom shall be exalted. Verse 5, how goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. So that's the 12 tribes of Israel. We're going to get planted, back. That was a prophecy the Most High gave. I believe it was like a Moabite king. He gave him that vision to see how the Most High wanted to show him how he was going to bless Israel at their last end, in the kingdom of heaven. And that's setting us beside the still waters, for eternity. Psalm chapter 1. It says, verse 3, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Verse 4, the ungodly are not so, and that's the little hats over there, the bastard dwelling in Ashdod, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. And that's all the Edomites, the so-called white race, and a good portion of the rest of the heathen as well. But a lot of them will get rounded up into captivity, after the great judgment. So, in verse 1, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners. That's mainly the false prophet, beginning with the Roman Catholic Church and all of the denominations that came forth from it. 300 AD, Roman Catholicism, 600 AD, the Islam, the Muslim false religion, and then all of these denominations over here in America. And Christianity is the top evil, wicked child of the Roman Catholicism. That's the counsel of the ungodly, and that's the way, and that's the sinners, because they say the law is done away with. And when you say that, transgression of the law, that's sin. When you're not keeping the law, then you're in sin. So don't sit in the way with sinners. Don't sit in those Christianity churches and any false church, because the Most High dwelleth not in temples made by hands. He dwelleth in our fleshly temple. And then we gather and come together. It's not about the building. It's about the body of people, the body of Yahushua, the 130 elect. That's the true temple. That's the church, not a building. So just wanted to give a quick update on that. So with that being said, I hope this video was edifying. The waters of the Rachakodash Bashem El Shai for another video. It's the next video I say. Shalom.